Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Soap the Great, and I'm bringing you another episode of Building This City on the Adventure Time multiplayer server. So how's everyone doing? I hope you are doing well. Do let me know in the comments below if you so wish to share that. So last episode, hopefully you enjoyed that. That was the perspective from my side of the live stream tour with Grifoniac. If you did manage to catch the live stream, awesome. Thanks for showing up for that. And she managed to get somewhere on the order of like $600 extra towards her Minecon trip, which is pretty good. So kudos to her on that, and I hope that she is able to get all the funds necessary for that pretty quickly, and that she has a fun time while she's there. But as I've said, I will not be going to Minecon, so I'm just gonna try and help people that can or that will be going, if in whatever way possible. But anyway, enough about that. What are we doing today? Why are we here at Spawn? Well, we're here at Spawn because I want to show you some stuff I've been doing in the Nether hub. You know what? I'm not gonna throw the pearl because that might be a pigment up there. No, it's just a iron golem. Anyway, during that live stream, or rather getting prepared for it, we did some cleanup around here. You notice that Caleb went around, he did a bunch of paths, and really just he put up some of these street lamps here all around Spawn area, and we unfortunately did not do too much of a tour around here because we got so many cool builds elsewhere. A lot of them he has done, so we were not able to really focus on some of his Spawn improvements. So well, that's a lot of zombie flesh. Okay, only 2. Okay, so it helps having this guy around. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So he had built this beautiful Nether rail station, and with a great functionality attached to it, very useful. And very beautiful design, and he did put a lot of effort into it. And what really bugged me, especially during the live stream, was we would come through this portal and we'd be surrounded by netherrack, and netherrack is just disgusting. Let's turn some of these particles off. Just go minimal here. I know what it is. I'm not recording with Optifine right now. We'll have to change that in just a moment. But yeah, I was tired of the netherrack, and I really wanted to get it done before the live stream started, but no dice. So let's take a look. I've been doing this, just doing some cleanup here. And, here we go. This is our Nether hub now. Oh my goodness, look at the frame rate. Stinking Nether. That's just gross. Anyway, so we're no longer surrounded by netherrack. We've got the endstone. Oh wow, hello. So I continued this design on around with the endstone and the nether brick, and yeah, and up here is where the portal used to be, up on this level, and I moved it down and then carried this all in line with the the Nether rail station. So that's what we've got going now. I'd rather keep Caleb's design going on around. So so yeah, hopefully he doesn't mind that so much. Tell me what you think. So oh, you know what? I need another brick fence there. Do I have any? No, I'll get that later. Another brick fence there, just to make it match with his doorway right there. But enough about that. I did want to show you that right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some stuff that I have been doing at my base. So I will spare you the ride over here, and I'm going to switch into recording with Optifine, and I will see you over at my base. Back in a bit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I am in the hallway that's leading to the cozy cabin. And you know I usually do that when I'm about to do a big reveal, and this is no different. So you remember last time the floor was all stone brick, and this is, you know, last time being the live stream. Before that it was a bunch of sheep around. But yeah, we're about to take a look here and do the grand reveal. You ready? You ready? Ta-da! What do you think? We got the dark wood slabs here, and then kind of alternating some of the textures here in the stone with cobble and stone brick and regular stone slabs. And the reason I'm using slabs is because mobs don't spawn on slabs, and they don't spawn in certain light levels. So to get the light levels, I would have to do some creative work with hiding light in the full blocks, and that usually the cheapest way is to just put a piece of glowstone in and then cover it with a carpet. So I'd have to come up with some design for the carpet. It doesn't give you much texture. All these slabs give you a lot of different textures you can use. So that's what I decided to go with. So we don't have to worry about, say, a light level of, what are we at now? Block light 11, 9, 7, 6. Yeah, 6 right here. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that. A mob will not spawn right here. Or right here. That's pretty good. So that's why I chose the slabs. Over here I did put a piece of carpet. Is that? Yeah, that's carpet. Over some glowstone. That's just for ease of use there, and that makes that transition a little bit easier into these hallways off to the side. Let's see, what else? You might note that it's not stone brick there. We're gonna take a look at that later. Not too much later, just I want to make sure we get this shown off here. Over on the side here I've got the alternating checkerboard pattern of the spruce wood logs. And, I think that looks pretty good. I like using the wood to kind of offset some of the coldness of stone textures. Let's see what else. You can see a lot more bushes around. That's to bring some more green, kind of soften things up a little bit. And back here we're not quite done. You can see there's still torches out, but we've got the villagers hanging out here, so they're not in their final positions. I don't know where this guy's gonna go. We gotta figure that out. I do know this guy's gonna go in a library back there, but for now he's gonna stay there, so that's why we haven't finished this area. Make a note about these chests here. We're gonna come back to those not next episode, but the next episode. We're gonna take a look at our storage issue, because I don't like having stuff all around. But the other thing is I've put these these item frames up with the redstone torches, and that's so that you can easily get to a torch key. I found myself not having them often, so I'd have to come over here and grab one and then chuck it down and get in wherever I wanted to get in. And yeah, there we go. So anyway, we got torch keys all over the place. It's not very good as far as hiding stuff, but I do trust my fellow server members, so I really don't care if it's kind of out in the open. So you do know, redstone torch, that opens the door, and it's not like it's getting into hiding stuff. It's getting into just hiding the redstone, but not any valuables or anything like that. Let's see, what else? We're good up there. Let me show you something real quick. I have made use of the daylight bus lines again. So remember, I ran that out so that if we needed to control anything with a daylight sensor, we could get it pretty much from any point along the way and just control at what time of day we wanted to run it. And so I've pulled another one, and that's going to one of the farms we're going to take a look at. It's the reed farm. Okay, so it's pretty early on in the daylight cycle, so we're getting as close to possible as having 10 minutes between each harvest of the reeds, and that'll make more sense in just a moment when we look at that. But for now, I get turned around every time. Alright, there we go. Let's go down the agricultural wing. I've got some of the stuff I need to finish off part of it. I took the wood and did this again, so a little bit different texture than the spruce logs, just to break it up a little bit, give a little bit more visual interest. Pulled up all the stone brick and showed you, or I will show you that. We're going to come back to that in just a moment, but I want to make a note here. If you caught the live stream, you saw part of this wool farm here. You saw that I had gotten the sheep over. Tangent, make note of these buttons here, okay? We'll get to those in a bit. So you may have noted that I moved all the sheep over here. Well, I didn't have all the sheep here. I just had a couple of white sheep. And so what I did, okay, you're green, okay. I kept breeding the sheep and then took each one and put them in here and then put all the colors on them. So now we've got pretty much 4 sheep of every color except white. I've got 6 or 7 white ones, but I've got these marked out with this colored stained clay that corresponds with that wool, just to give a little bit extra color in the place, kind of break up the browns that we're using here. And I think it looks pretty cool. What do you think? Let me know. You'll note there are buttons here as well, and so what we're going to do, we're simulating that I forgot to turn the farm on back there. We did not have this as a farm when the live stream was going on, but it is now a farm. It's not AFK, so you can't get in a minecart or anything and ride around and automatically harvest sheep, but you can automatically pick up blocks. So what we're going to do, we're going to fill our inventory with some junk, just some junk, okay? We'll put this here. We're going to grab a piece of wheat, and then we're going to grab a set of shears, and what we'll do is we'll just alternate wheat to get the sheep to come close by if they're paying attention. If not, we'll just go through. Oh, wow, that was quick. You paying attention now? Come on. Come on. Nope, you don't want it? Okay. How about over here? You guys want? Yep, we got sheep kind of pushing each other. So what you do, you just shear the sheep, and all that wool falls on the ground, and we've got a little system that automatically harvests. Okay, so I'll show you that in just a moment. But yeah, I'm not going to do the whole set. We're just going to do a little bit here just for demonstration purposes. We'll put our wheat back and our shears back, and then down here, let's just clean up our inventory a little bit. And here we've got the area where all the wool goes once it has been collected, and yeah, so we're getting a little bit. I just come in here on occasion and do some harvesting, but let's go down below. This particular hidden door is a vertical dual edge or double piston extender. I think it's from Mumbo Jumbo, but that gives us access to the sorting area. This is a sorting system by, I think, the Zip Crowd guys, and it's got overflow protection built in, so in case we get too much of one of the colors of wool, it's going to go on around and end up in the junk drawer over here, which is at the end of the line, and that's this thing. And this is behind the scenes. And there's a little bit of a silo effect going on, so each side has a couple of double chests in it. Let me just make a note. Yeah, 2 double chests backed into each other, plus hoppers between them. So there's plenty of storage space available. But let me just show you the redstone behind the scenes here. We've got a hopper minecart that travels under both sides, so one over there, one here, and its starting point is up at the front, and what will happen is it'll collect the wool that drops on the floor and come over here to an automatic unloader, and so it'll drop into that hopper and go into that chest, and we'll just read and make sure if anything is coming through that hopper, that piece of powered rail will turn off and the minecart will stop just momentarily and unload all its items, and once it's done, that piece of rail will turn back on and send it on its way. So you can get a couple of rounds of shearing done, and it'll just keep going. And all the wool goes into a line of hoppers, and which then gets into a hopper dropper, or a hopper comparator clock, which goes into an item elevator, and that goes up to the storage system. So let me show you some of the redstone here. And let's see, I've got a furnace. Just put that there. I try and put furnaces on top of every exposed hopper just to make sure, or to reduce potential lag, but I couldn't do it here because I needed to get under the redstone line. There's a button on that piece of wood and on that piece of wood, and that's the one I pushed. It's a piece of redstone dust up here. You can see the hitbox. That redstone dust comes down, and we connect up and just carry the two, and we have a signal that runs along here, okay, all the way back to this side of the farm up here. This redstone line is special. It's got what's called instant wire. So as soon as a redstone signal hits this block, we're going to get a signal right there, okay, on this one right here. And I just knocked it off. Put that back. So as soon as we turn on the farm, we're going to get an almost immediate register on this side right here. This is the control mechanism for the whole farm, and it is a T flip-flop. It's a fairly quiet one, just a couple of droppers facing. This one faces up, this one faces out into that chest, and that drains back into this one. So when a signal goes in from those buttons in the back or the buttons up here, let's see, there's my test button, and the other button up front is on that piece of wood right there. Same thing over on that side. You can't see it so much. Got a T flip-flop, and if the item is up here, we're pulling a signal and the farm is on. So it does two things. It does instant wire all the way back, and that powers that block, and another stone brick back there, and the redstone lamps are on top of that. So those redstone lamps will turn on at the same time. So it's not like we turn this one on and then eventually through repeaters get that one turned on. This is instant, so both turn on at the same time. And then we also get a piece of, or a redstone signal into oh, did it stop? Maybe I stopped. Okay, we get a redstone signal into those two powered rails, and that starts the, or stops the cart. No, starts it going. Okay, so that'll just keep going as long as I'm using the farm. And yeah, so we can just keep harvesting wool, and there we go. So we're going to turn this farm off, and I've got my test button. Yeah, I got a test button over here, I think. Yeah. So there we go. And the instant wire for the lights turns off, and we're pretty much done. So yeah, we got the wool farm going. Let's take a look at the reed farm now. Okay, so we'll put that back. We don't really need any more wool for the time being. I'll just do that off camera. If I ever need more, just come over here and run back and forth and shear the sheep. But the farm is turned off. Those mine carts are no longer going. Let's go back and take a look at the reed farm real quick. Keep in mind that instant wire thing, that is also running the reed farm. Okay, where'd it go? There we go. There we go, and we got another double edge or double piston extender, and that lets us down into the reed farm. You'll note right off the bat, hopper line. We've got a bunch of chests here, and that's all feeding into this chest right here. So this is where we pick up our reeds, and it goes all the time that we're in here and have the chunks loaded. So and it's going to be twice a day that we get a pulse into those pistons. So twice a day it's going to harvest the sugar cane. It's not a standard timer like a hopper timer or anything like that. It's just the daylight cycle, and that's because I don't want any clocks. I want very few clocks running around my base. We got enough problems with all the animal entities, so no clocks. That's my policy. Excuse me there. Let's see. Next up, let me show you the inner workings. We've got a dropper right there, and it's running on a comparator clock down below. I'm not going to show you that. I originally tried to record it, but it really wasn't worth it. If you've seen one of those hopper clocks firing a dropper, you know how it works. So all of the sugarcane eventually end up in that dropper that you can just barely see through the glass right there, and that goes into one of these fancy schmancy item elevators. So no redstone, just goes up there and filters through, and we're going to eventually get reeds filling that up, depending on how long we stay around here. But we got plenty of storage, plenty. That's two double chests high, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide. Plus all the hoppers. I think we'll have plenty of storage. Let me show you where the daylight signal comes in. So here we go. It is currently daylight. You can tell because that block is extended. So that signal goes into that block, which triggers a dual edge detector. We built one of the same design for the chicken farm back towards the main area. And here we go. You can see it a little bit, but I've been enclosing everything just to reduce the amount of light updates that happen back here and potential lag. So we've got a bunch of glowstone. Thank you, Witch Farm, for that. And what we do is we pull a signal off of this block and this block right here using those repeaters, and that fires all the pistons that hit the reeds. And once those retract, any items will drop onto the grass blocks below, and then we pull another signal. We've got it delayed so the pistons have time to extend and retract before we do the next piece, and that is send off a hopper minecart. Let's see if we can get this. So that's going to go in there. Let's just take that out. So that's just to show you, and I'm going to cover that back up so I can get out easily. What will happen is we send that signal on down we invert it kind of there, so when that signal comes on, that torch turns off, this dust turns off, that torch turns on, that dust turns on, which sends a signal to the power rail below, and that fires off the hopper minecart. Okay, we should be getting close to nighttime here. We might be able to see this go, but then that hopper minecart is going to go all the way around, come back over here, and there's an auto unloader, which we saw in the wool farm, and that goes over, it takes all of the reeds over into this item elevator, and there we go. So we get an automated solution for our reeds. So that's really good, given that we have a librarian villager who has a paper trade, which is currently locked because I've gotten all the emeralds off of that one. We've got a zombie. I wonder where he is. He might be down in that ravine somewhere. But yeah, I found this ravine while I was digging out the oh, he's probably up on the surface. I was digging this thing out, and I dug down like you're not supposed to do, and fell. And thankfully I had Feather Falling 4, and most of the place was lit up, so there were no mobs out there to greet me. And then I wasn't content to just do it once. I did it twice. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so derpiness prevails again. But there we go. I did put that glass in there just to show off the ravine. It's kind of cool looking out and seeing that. But there's our reeds. It's our reed farm. We've got our wool farm. And hey, we're doing pretty good around here. With the reed farm and wool farm, I think that's pretty much it for what I wanted to do around this base. So I've got storage. We're going to do some other stuff, like the library. We're going to get to that eventually, but not not right now. We got something different planned next episode. And hopefully you enjoy that. So stay tuned for that. But hey, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I do enjoy showing this stuff off. And if you want to know more about any of the things that you saw today, do let me know. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, feel free to post those below. And that reminds me, there's an outstanding request for me to do a Q&A episode of some form, either here or on my single player. I'm entertaining the idea, but it's only if I get enough questions, and it may take a while to build that up given the low viewership at the moment. But hey, if you have any questions you want to ask me, you can ask me anything. I don't mind. I do reserve the right for such an episode to not answer everything. Okay, so if I don't answer it, it's probably because I may have thought it was a little too personal for what I want to share on the channel, or if I just don't think it's appropriate for the channel in terms of content. So do keep that in mind. But you can ask me anything, and I will note it down, and we'll see about getting an episode together, either here or on the single player, probably single player, because I've got some grindy stuff I can do there. Not so much grindy stuff here. We're pretty well set. So yeah, I do thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, think about putting a thumbs up on it. It helps me out. And if you have not already done so, think about subscribing. We put these together pretty much every week. Sometimes some extra stuff, tutorials and whatnot. But as we come up with various devices, so we might be seeing some tutorials come up soon for some of these farms. But hey, that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.